Respond to people all the way down. Let's clear. Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is health. I love talking about health, Jamie, don't you?
Yes.
Truly, definitely one of my passions here. I'm a chef who covers a lot of different topics, from business to real food to health, and health is really, really my true passion. So, Jamie, we're on Twitter right now. We're both looking at the same screen, right?
Yeah, I'm just laughing. This is just hilarious.
It is. So there's a Twitter handle out there called Let's Clear It Up. Let's Clear It Up. And oddly enough, Let's Clear It Up is part of the American Beverage Association.
And it says, the internet is full of myths about soda, juice, and other beverages. We are here to bring you the facts.
The facts.
America's beverage companies.
American beverage companies. So their main mission right there is to promote soft drinks. Okay?
They don't have a lot of followers.
They don't. They don't have a lot of followers. And their Facebook page is even less. That's like 13 likes. But they have some really good scientists, some industry-funded scientists on their side here, Jamie. So whenever you go on Twitter and you tweet the dangers of aspartame, of NutraSweet, of whatever it is, of high fructose corn syrup, caffeine, energy drinks, and you put a link and say, hey, this may be something, you know, that causes bad health or whatever, or this study shows that caffeine does this, Let's Clear It Up automatically tweets you back. And let's look at some of these, Jamie. Here, these are very interesting. Here's one that they tweeted to one place, AGLS America. Aspartame study has been exactly right, and this low-calorie sweetener is safe. Adding it to decades of science that says same, okay? Actually, here's another one at Bostino. Actually, what studies show is diet soda and low-calorie sweeteners they contain are an effective diet tool. And the list just goes on. Decades of research confirm safety of aspartame and rule out alleged health effects, sickness, disease. I mean, it's just...
Fact remains aspartame is safe, as confirmed by world-leading toxicologists and regulatory agencies around the globe.
Here's another one.
Sugars are sugars and should be enjoyed in moderation, just like all calories.
Moderation. Perfect. Actually, demonizing sugar isn't productive. All calories count, as does exercise. I mean, so they're just out there. Anytime you say something bad about a soft drink, about caffeine, about a sports energy drink, they're going to come in and hit you up with their paid-for science. So let me just give you a little history, Jamie, of this and our listeners here. So aspartame, one of those nasty chemicals that they claim is safe with tons of scientific research. I mean, since the 60s, they were trying to get aspartame approved to the FDA, and it never got through because the FDA said, well, no, this isn't legitimate. Because studies, and thousands of studies, have shown that it's not good for your health, that it causes cancer in animals, and it's just not, and destroys your endocrine system. All these things it's been linked to, okay? So J.D. Searle, the maker of aspartame, fought and fought and fought. So it's funny because J.D. Searle has 100 studies on aspartame, right? All of their studies that they've paid for, Jamie, have proven that it's safe.
Well, of course, because they're paying for the studies.
The independent studies out there have all proved that it's not safe. So every time they went to the FDA in the 70s to try to get this approved, the FDA would kick it back, and they wouldn't get to use their own studies because at this point, you know, the FDA was smart. So they had to work the political system here. So they actually, with President Reagan getting elected, and Rumsfeld was actually hired by J.D. Searle. You know, and Rumsfeld has been in the political arena for years, and back to President Reagan, maybe even before then. But once they hired Rumsfeld and Reagan got elected, you know, they kind of worked the system and got this guy, Arthur Hayes Jr., to be the head of the FDA. And they knew that was their shot to get this stuff through. So he carefully picked his team, right? And they had a vote. It was like, he actually didn't put another member on to do this tie-breaking vote, or to get the vote tied, because the vote was originally like 3-2 in the favor of not approving aspartame to get onto the market. So Hayes appointed another person who he knew was in the favor of aspartame, who probably worked for J.D. Searle or something. And the vote was 3-3, all right? So as this never has happened before, Arthur Hayes says, as the commissioner of the FDA, I shall cast a vote, the tie-breaking vote. And guess what tie-breaking vote he casted?
Of course.
Of course, he cast it for J.D. Searle and the approval of aspartame. So we can thank Arthur Hayes, who passed away in 2010 of cancer, who was a medical student, and you know, he was in medicine from Cornell. That was part of his education. We can thank him for the introduction of aspartame into our society and getting approved. And it's unfortunate because it was clearly something that was not meant to get passed, but this is how these companies work. So now, to fast forward now, all this bad publicity has still gone on about aspartame and fake sweeteners, these chemical sweeteners. So this Let's Clear It Up is out there, and it's a shame because the Examiner recently copied and pasted one of their press releases with their paid-for propaganda, their paid-for science, saying how safe these sweeteners are. And I tweeted this lady who wrote this article, and I was like very upset. And you know, and she basically copied and pasted this thing to the Examiner. And I had this whole thing with her on Twitter, you know, saying that you should have done your research. And she goes, well, it's a reliable source because it came from PR Newswire, right? Yeah, really, anybody can go to PR Newswire and put their paid-for science up there. She didn't do one single thing of research, Jamie. She posted it exactly how it appeared. And Christina Torres is the author of this on Examiner, and I let her have it on Twitter. And since she resorted to name-calling me, right? And I said, oh, now that all the you know, the logical facts are gone, you now have to resort to name-calling me. You know, and she called me rude and everything. But the fact is, these people have no right just printing this crap without doing the research. And there's book after book after book and thousands of studies here that prove that you should not be consuming this crap. And for her just not even present the other side of it is just totally misleading and very, shame on the Examiner, shame on Christina Torres. It's a shame. I mean, she should be a politician because she knows how. I hope they paid her for this article. I hope she can sleep good at night, trying to inform the American public that this crap is for real. It's like this with everything, isn't it, Jamie? What did you just read about natural?
Oh,
you just read a great article about natural.
I did, and I just saw a great video about natural.
Natural's,
how everything is natural.
Everything could be natural, right?
Could be on every label out there.
Right. Glass is natural, but would I eat glass?
Yeah, but it's not organic.
Right.
Organic
is different than natural.
Right. And most companies are putting 100% natural on all of their
labels,
packages, and putting a picture of a farm or of a cow or of a field. Meantime, it's loaded with crap.
Loaded with crap. You know, I mean, so natural sweeteners, don't consume them. If you're on them, try to get off of them. There's a lot of great
Aspartame.
Aspartame. There's a lot of great books out there. You know, go to Dr. Mercola, go to naturalnews.com, go to GaryNull.com, N-U-L-L, Gary Null, N-U-L-L.com. There's a lot of hard-hitting scientific research on there of why to avoid this stuff. And if you do post something and Let's Clear It Up replies to you, just tell them you're not going to fall for their crap and you're not going to take it. I actually made a point, Jamie, for the last probably month and a half. Every time they tweet somebody, oh, this isn't true, or here's the real science, I tweet that same person back and say they're a paid-for propaganda that's a front of the American Beverage Association, and they're there to sell their crap. And I get a lot of favorable responses on there, like, yeah, they don't fool me, I know what their agenda is, I'd never fall for that, I'm not that stupid. So, obviously, a lot of people aren't that stupid, but for the people that are, you know, educate yourself. Educate yourself and don't listen to people like this Christina Torres from the Examiner and this Twitter handle, Let's Clear It Up. Anything else, Jamie?
No, I think you covered it.
Yep. So, I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. Avoid the stuff. If you want to have something that has no calories and a sweetener, Jamie, we recommend stevia. Totally recommend stevia, but the downside of stevia is big corporate conglomerates have gotten involved in stevia, and they cut it with things like high fructose corn syrup, powdered high fructose corn syrup, or powdered corn syrup solids, or whatever terminology you want to say, it's corn syrup. They've learned to cut it with things. There are very few true are very high quality stevia brands out there. Don't buy them in a grocery store. Don't buy Truvia. Don't buy the ones that are made by Coke and Pepsi. Go and buy the really good stuff. Go to a health food store. Find out the ones that are independent. The one like Now. Dina, what's the one that we use? The stevia packet?
Sweet Leaf.
Sweet Leaf. I love Sweet Leaf. It's made with inulin fiber, so it's buffered because stevia is super, super sweet. It's buffered with inulin fiber, which is a natural soluble fiber that's good for your system. So really educate you about stevia. Go to an independent health food store, ask somebody there, get the facts, and buy something that's high quality if you want to use a non-caloric sweetener. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. Thanks for watching.